Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is having a great day. This is episode 5 of our password manager series. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button and also leave a comment down below. And let's dive right in. Alright guys, let's look at our first task for episode 5. So our first task is to add the continuous statement for our prev credential in our view credentials function. Cause currently guys, let's take a look. If we try to view a credential and let's say we select a platform like Gmail for example, and let's say we type prev, you can see it's telling us that our prev command is invalid even though it is a valid shortcut, and that's because we didn't add the continuous statement. If we type next, you can see it's displaying 11 of 13 credentials, and if we type prev, even though it actually goes back to the previous section, it's still printing out that message. So let's actually fix that issue. So we can cd into FlexPass manager, and after doing that we can open up our menu.py. So vim menu.py :set number. Let me zoom in a bit, and we can look for our view credentials function, and inside of here, if we look on where we are printing out our credentials, within this if statement we forgot to add a continuous statement right here. So if we add a continuous statement and then we rerun our Python code, this should work now. So we can try to log in as the user John, and then his password is 1234, so we can view the credentials now. And if we select Gmail and we type, for example, prev, you can see that it stops giving us that validation issue about please try again. So cool, so we solved that task now. So we can just check this off for our first task. Alright, cool. Alright, so the next thing is to add a home shortcut for or menus, or probably for viewing our credentials and stuff like that. So let's actually do this. So in our menu guys, let's see what we could do. We could say, let's say if we're in the credential menu where we're supposed to select a credential, we could have a if credential ID equals to home. Then what we could do, since we're actually first getting the platform, we could basically just return from here, or from this view credentials function. So let's see, we could simply just return something like none, or we could actually return our platforms like we're doing down there. And right here we can make this a elif, and that should be our home shortcut. But then we'll also need to do this for when we're selecting a platform also. So we can say if platform underscore ID is equal to home, then we can say else if. Right there we can simply just break, and that would exit right there for us. And then another thing, let's see where else we'll need to do that. I think this will only apply to our view credentials. Let's see. Not only our view credentials, but let's see where we can actually add that. So let's test out our code. Wait a minute. We need to actually modify the print shortcuts function. So we can say something like print f, and we can say option 4, use, we can make this be red home to go back to the main menu. And this should actually work. Yeah, so this should be to go back to the main menu. I think that's good. And then we can actually run our code now. So we can try to exit, can try to log in as the user John. Password is 1234. We can view his credential. We can select wait, let's type home and see what happens. Alright, so we're back to the main menu right here. We can type view credentials. We can select a platform. And if we type home right here, alright, it actually gets us back to the main menu. So that's a quick shortcut. But we'll probably need to add it for, let's see, maybe when we're also removing a platform and deleting a credential. So let's type 3 and see. Yeah, we could actually add this to our delete credentials function. So let's do that. So we can look for our delete credentials function, and we can say if we are selecting a platform, we can check to see if the platform underscore ID is equal to home. Then we can simply just break. Otherwise, we can continue with those other conditions. And if we are selecting a platform, a credential I mean, then we can say else if right here, we can say if credential underscore ID is equal to home, then we can simply just do a return. Did we return anything inside of this function? No. So we can simply just do return right here. Yeah, we can simply just do return. And we can do this for our other function. Let's see. So our other function is, alright, so this was delete credential, and our other option is the remove platforms function. So if we select it, yeah, this should work as well. So let's look for our define remove platform, and we can say if platform ID equals to home. Otherwise, we can do that. Otherwise, we can just break right there. But yeah, that should be good. Yeah, that's all we need to do for this one. And let's test this out, guys. So let's start from the beginning. We can log in as the user John. We can try to view a credential. If we type home right here, it goes back. You can try to view a credential for Gmail. You can type home, it goes back. Awesome. We can try the delete credentials function. If we type home, it should go back. Nice. We can try the delete credentials again. Hold on. Alright, so delete credentials is option 3. We can select a platform. We can type home, and it gets us back to the main menu again. Cool. And then we can let's see what we could do. Yeah, so the remove platform now, we need to test that out. If we type home, That should actually work. Awesome. Alright, so we can actually check off the stars now, guys. Alright, so let's check off at the home shortcut. Alright, that's good. Another thing is to add an option on command to clear the screen. Alright, so let's do that. Cause sometimes, guys, if you notice, we're basically just printing out all of this. And sometimes the screen is overcrowded, so we want to be able to clear up stuff on all of that. So let's actually implement a new option. So let's go up the top here. And let's add an option to clear our screen, right? Let's put it, let's see where we could put this. Yeah, we could actually put it within our login screen, and we could also put it within our vault option. Let's add it both places, so we can have clear equals to 3, exit equals 4. And then right here we could have clear equals to 10, logout equals to 11. Nice. And then right in here we can say vault option dot clear colon clear the screen, and then right here we can say start up option dot clear colon clear the screen. All right, and now we can actually validate these guys. So let's validate it first within our startup, right? So how we can do this, we can say else if option is equal to or start up option dot clear, startup option dot clear, then let's implement a function that actually clears the screen, guys. We could actually implement it. Yeah, let's add it right here. Define clear screen. It will inherit from the self. And let's import a few modules, guys. So we'll import the platform module for platform detection, and we'll import the OS module so that we can execute system commands. We could actually use ANSI escape codes for this, but we're just going to keep it simple. And we're just gonna use the already built-in system commands for each platform. Because guys, when you're on Linux, if you want to clear the screen, all you do is type clear, right, within the terminal. But if you're on Windows, all you need to do is simply type this command. If CLS clear isn't recognized on Windows because it is not Linux or Mac. On Mac you use the clear command just like we do it on Linux. But on Windows we use the CLS inside of command prompt. So let's actually do this now. So for clear screen we can say if platform.system, let's look at the help for the platform module. We can say import platform help platform.system, and the system command simply returns the current operating system that we're on, right? So we can simply do a check on that return value. So we can say if platform.system is equal to Windows, then we can do os.system to execute the command. Because in the OS module, guys, if we type import OS and then we type help os.system, what that command does is it executes a command in the shell or terminal, right? So we can say os.system cls, and that will execute the command to clear the screen if we're on Windows. And we can do an else statement. So if we're on Mac or Linux, we can do os.system clear. And now for our option, let's see, within our startup menu, we can simply call self.clear_screen, and then for our vault option now, we can actually validate that. Let's see where we can actually, yeah, so this is right here. We can say else if option is equal to vault option dot clear_screen self dot clear screen, and let's rerun our code, guys. Let me just close some of these tabs. All right, and then we can say python 3 FlexPass.py. And you can see we have the clear screen command now. Now if we type 3, it should clear the screen automatically. Let's say we typed enter a bunch of times, and you can see the screen is overcrowded. If we type 3, boom, it clears the screen for us. Awesome. All right, now let's test it on our actual login screen or vault menu. So we can say John 1 2 3 4, and then if we try to clear the screen by typing 10, all right, so we have an error right here. Vault option has no attribute clear screen. Okay, I see what's going on. It should be clear, not clear screen. So now we can do that. We can try to log in as the user. John password is 1 2 3 4. We can try to clear the screen 10, and it works, guys. Look at that. We can spam enter a bunch of times and look how much stuff are on the screen. But now if we want to clear the screen, we can simply type 10. So for example, suppose we wanted to view a credential for Gmail, for example, and let's say we want to view the password for credential 5. So we can select 5 for johnnytest@gmail.com, and you can see it gives us the credential right here, right? So suppose we wanted to clear the screen here. First we would have to go to home, and then we would have to type 10 to clear the entire screen. But we're gonna add a shortcut now, or command, to those parts that will allow us to clear the screen without having to go back to the home screen, right? So let's go within our print underscore shortcuts function, and we can say print shortcut 5. This should be an F string. Use, can make this red, clear white to clear the screen. Alright, and then we can actually implement this now for our view credentials function first. Alright, so whenever the user types, let's see, else if platform ID is equal to clear, then we can simply call self.clear_screen, and then we can do this for our credentials part now. So we can say else if credential id is equal to clear self.clear underscore screen. And we can also do this to our delete credentials. Else if platform id equals to clear, we can say self.clear underscore screen. But we'll need to also continue, guys. Let's ensure that we continue, because we don't want to get an invalid option, right? So we need to do it right here. All right, let's look at how much functions we did it for. So we did it to view credentials, right? All right, so clear screen right there, clear screen right there, right? And then now we can look for delete credentials. All right, so we did it for delete credentials. Yes. We did it for delete credentials, but that's only for the platform section. So we need to do it for the credential ID also. So we need to say else if credential ID is equal to clear. Then we can say self.clear screen. And then we can simply do a continue. Right. And then now we need to do this for, what's that function again? Remove platform. Yes. All right, so we can say else if platform underscore ID is equal to clear, then we can simply do self.clear underscore screen. And then we can say continue. All right, so yeah, this should be good, guys, and we can actually test this out now. So let's run our FlexPass. We can log in as Deezer John 1 2 3 4. We can view a credential. All right, so it says use clear to clear the screen. We can type clear, boom. All right, it clears the screen. We can select a platform, Gmail, for example. We can type clear, boom, it clears the screen. Awesome. We can type home to go back to the main menu. We can try to delete a credential, and we can type clear to clear the screen right here. All right, awesome. We can select a platform. We can type clear to clear the screen. All right, we can type home to go back to the main menu. Oh, but you know something I just realized, guys? Wait, let's see something. All right, if we tried to go back into, let's see something. We can try to type 3, right? And suppose we tried to go to the next page on our platforms list, and then we typed home, right? And then we tried to delete again. We did not reset our pagination page or starting page. So we need to do that whenever we type home. So let's actually fix this. So we can say self.reset platform offset for the platform right there. And then for let's go to our view credentials function. All right, and right here we can say self.reset platform offset, but then now we'll do it for the credential ID section. So we can say self.reset credential offset. And then we can do the delete credentials now. So for home, we say self.reset credential offset. All right. No, it should be reset platform offset. And then for right here, it should be self.reset credential offset. So let's see, we have reset credential offset right here. We have reset credential, reset platform offset there. And we can check the view credentials now. We have reset platform offset, we have reset credential offset, and then the last one, remove platform, reset platform offset. Awesome. All right, now let's rerun our code, guys, and see if those issues are solved with the state management. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so if we try to view a credential now, and let's say we type next to go to the next page of platforms, and we type home, then we type 2. Let's see, this should be right. Yeah, we type home. Yeah, let's type home. Yeah, it actually resets the page for us. But if we select a credential, and then let's say we type next to go to the next page of credentials, then we type home, then we type view credentials again, we select Gmail, it actually resets back everything for us. Now, awesome. All right, let's do it for the delete credentials option now. We can select Gmail, right? Yeah, we can select Gmail, and then we can type next, and then we can type home. We can type 3 to delete again, 1 Gmail, and it actually resets there. Awesome. We can type home again. Let's check the platform. We can type home, can select 3. All right, it resets. Now for our remove platform, which is option 8, we can type next, we can type home, we can type 8 again, and it actually resets everything. All right, so we're actually resetting the state of our platform on our credential ID now, our starting page. So let's actually add that task that we did to the to-do list, guys. So that's option, let's make that option 8. Fix state management after implementing home shortcut for remove platform view credentials view remove platform wait delete credentials and other. Yes, yeah, I think those are the 3. Yeah, and delete credentials, and we can check that off. Awesome. All right. So let's see now. We can type 10 to clear the screen. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think we fixed that problem now. Right. All right, let's try to reevaluate the clear function now. So clear, we can type 1 for Gmail, clear home. We can type Wait, let's see something. Guys, if we type next, right? We type next. Suppose we select one. Oh, it actually displays Gmail still, right? But then suppose we did home, and then we typed 2 to view the credentials. I found another state management bug. Alright, so I guess what we'll need to do here, there's actually 2 ways we could solve this problem. We could reset both options whenever we type home. That's for the credentials section. Or we could prevent the user also from selecting an option for the previous page. Wait, no, let's not do that. Let's stick with solution number 1. What we'll simply do, let's go to our view credentials function, and what we'll do whenever we try to get the credential ID, we'll call these 2 things. So we'll do self.reset. Wait, what if, guys? What if we actually... Let's create one more reset function that will allow us to reset both of our offsets. So we'll do, where did we define our, so define reset, right? So right here, let's define a function. Let's define it down here. Actually, we can say define reset all offsets, and it will inherit from the self. We can say self.reset platform offset, and we can do self.reset credential offset, right? And then for our home options now, we can simply do, let's see, right inside of here we can do self.reset all offsets, and then for what other function again? I think the delete credentials, we can do we can do self.reset all offsets, and then the remove platform doesn't ask for selecting a credential, so that part is actually good. But for here, we can simply type John, let's see, to log in. Can try to view a credential, right? And then we can type next right there. Can select one for Gmail. We can select let's see, we can type home now, and if we type 2 to view credential again, it resets everything, right? Let's see. Yeah, it actually did. Awesome. We can do this for the delete credentials. We can type next right here. We can type 1. We can type home. We can type 3. Alright, it reset that. And let's do one final test on our remove platform. We can type next, we can type home, we can type it, and it actually did everything. Awesome. Alright, so now we can type 10 to clear the screen. Alright guys, so now we can actually check off a task off our to-do list. So let's see what we can check off. We can check off task number 3. And the next task is to add prettyprint JSON when writing data to our file. So that's our auth.json and our creds.json. So let's actually do this now. So first, let's actually look at our auth.json. And let's open up a new tab. We'll cd into FlexPass manager. We'll get creds.json. And if you notice, guys, this thing is overcrowded. Like from a human readable perspective, it's kind of difficult to read. So what we'll do, we'll add prettyprint to our JSON to automatically format or things. Because currently, guys, let's look at our auth.py and see how we are actually writing data. If we look at our write data function, you will see that we're writing our data manually. And the thing is, the JSON library, it has functions that allows us to do formatting or prettyprint within our JSON file, right? If we look at the JSON module, so we can import JSON, and if we type help, we have a JSON.dumps function which automatically formats our JSON for us. So we can do things like skip keys, or we can set the indentation level for our JSON data, right? And we also have a JSON.dump which allows us to write to a file or file stream, and it also prints it out for us. Let me show you guys a quick demo. So if we create a dictionary, let's say we have something like mydict, and maybe we have our users object there, and then we have a username, we have John, and let's say he's mapped to the key value 1 2 3 4. And then if we do mydict, you can see that we have our dictionary there. Now we can use the JSON.dumps function mydict, and it will give us a JSON string that is automatically formatted. This also escapes things like quotation marks and all of that. So let me show you something. Suppose we added a quotation mark or 2 quotation marks to John, right? And then we do something like mydict. You'll see that those 2 quotation marks, right there. But look at this. When we do JSON.dumps, JSON.dumps automatically escapes the quotation marks, or escapes our string for us. So we don't have to worry about anything. But let me show you guys the good thing about it now. To do prettyprint, we can set the indentation level, and let's set the indent to 4. And if we actually print out this, you'll see that it actually formats our JSON data in a more human readable format. So a way now we can actually use the JSON.dump function. We can actually pass in a my dictionary object, and if we have like a file open that we want to write, let's say test.json, and we'll open it in write mode, right? Wait, hold on, as if, and then we'll say json.dump my_dict, and then we can pass in the file stream, right? or the file pointer. So if we zoom in a bit, if we type ls, you can see that there currently is no file called test.json, nowhere, right? We can type ls grep test.json, nothing. All right, so whenever we run this code now, guys, look at what happens. All right, if we type ls one more time, you can see now that we have a test.json, right? And if we type cat test.json, yeah, it did not pretty print our stuff, and that's because we didn't set the indentation level. But let's actually do that. So we can do json.dump to my dict, and we can pass in the file pointer. We can set the indent equal to 4. And now if we look at our test.json, it automatically formats it for us. Awesome. So now that we understand that basic concept, guys, we can actually implement this right now. So yeah, let's do this. So for our write data within our auth.json, instead of doing this manually, we can let JSON handle it for us, right? So let's do something like this. We can say something like users equals to self.auth.info, right? And what we can do, we could actually delete all of these right here, guys, because we actually, let's see something. Yeah, we actually don't need this right here, right? And what we can do, guys, we can simply do json.dump the user's dictionary, and then we can pass in the file pointer or the file stream, and then we can set the indentation level to be 4. And right now we manually were formatting it at first, but if we rerun our FlexPass manager, let me go in a new window. We can get our auth.json. We can see right here, guys, this is currently our JSON data looks. But if we try to exit, for example, and let's cat this out again, it formats it way better. This is like way more human readable, right? So now we can do the same for our manager.py. So vim manager.py, right? And right here, instead of doing fwrite json.dumps, which gives us a string automatically, we can use the json.dump function to put this stuff within a file. So we can do json.dump self.creds.info. We can pass in the file pointer, indent equals to 4, right? If we look at our creds.json, this is like pretty hard to read, right? But let's look at what happens. So let's try to rerun FlexPass, and we can log in as the user John 1234. Wait, what if we try to log out and then we exit? All right, you can see, guys, it formatted pretty well now. Look at that. This looks like way more human readable. And as a human, if we wanted to edit any credentials now, it looks a lot more easier to read, right? So we just added pretty print, guys. So let's actually check this task off our list now. So we can check that off. All right, so another thing is write data for manager on logout. So let's do that. So to do this, let's see. We can do vim menu.py and let's look at our define logout. Wait, but we're actually already doing that, right? So we don't actually need to do that, guys. We can check that off our list. Oh, guys, I just realized that I wasn't actually showing the code, right? Yeah, so here it is. We're actually already writing the code to the manager on logout, so we can actually check off this task right here to write data for the manager, right? All right, so now we have 2 more tasks left. We need to implement the ability to edit platform names and the ability to edit credentials. Wait, let's think about this. Probably if we're going to edit credentials, that would imply that we want to, maybe we want to change like the username for the credential. Because we already implemented the ability to change a master password. So I think for this, it should be ability to edit credential usernames. Yeah, that makes more sense. So yeah, let's implement these 2 features, guys. So first, ability to edit platform names. Cool. All right, so let's do that. So we can add another option. Let's go to the top of here, and within our enum, for our vault option, we can add a new option, and we can say edit platform, and we can make this be option 11. And then in here we can say vault option dot edit platform, and then we can say edit the name of a platform, and then we can implement this now. But first we have to validate that option, right? So we can say else if option equals to vault option dot edit platform. Then we can call something like self dot edit platform. All right, so all right, remove platform, edit platform, edit the name of a platform. Right, cool. All right, so let's look at self dot vault options, All right, let's change the description of this to edit the name of platforms, or edit platform names. Edit the name of platforms. I think that's good. So we'll need to change the description of this function that we're calling. So this should be self.editPlatforms, right? And we can say define, let's add it down below here. Let's add it to where's our view credentials? Yeah, we could add it right here, or down below our view credentials function. So we can say define edit platforms, and it will inherit from the self and then we can say self, we can say print, well, let's see, we could have an infinite loop, right? Could say while true, self dot print platforms. Wait, where is our remove platforms function? Let's move this function there. Remove platform. Yeah, we could add it like above here, guys. Right? And then here we can say platforms equals to self.manager.getPlatforms. And we can say if not platforms, print there is no platforms for the current user. Otherwise we simply return, and then we return, right? Then we say platform count if platforms exists equals to the length of the platforms. We can say if not platforms, we don't need to do that. We can just say self.print platforms because we're just editing. We can say platform ID. Let's actually copy this right here, guys. You can copy this thing right here. Let's copy everything right here. And we can paste this right here. And then now we can modify this a bit to actually work, right? All right, so instead of remove platform, we'll need to, let's go in our manager.py and we'll introduce a new function that allows us to edit or change platform, right? So we'll define a function, guys. Edit platform. It will inherit from the self, and we'll simply take in a platform name, and we'll say user equals to self.getUser. Wait, but there's get platforms right here. We can simply just say platforms equals to self.get platforms. But we're getting the platform ID, so we can use that instead. And then right here, we can say for I, comma, platform name. So we'll get the platform ID, and we'll also get the name, the new platform name, equals, yes, name in platforms. So then we'll say platforms cool. We'll say if I is equal to platform ID, then we'll say platforms index platform with index new platform name equals to platforms.pop platform name. So then that will basically rename that platform for us. And then we could rewrite that, guys. So we can say self.write data, and then we could return true. Otherwise, we can simply return false. All right. So then now, inside of here, we can say self.manager.edit platform, and then we can pass in the platform ID, and then the platform name the new platform name. All right, so what we'll do, we'll say something like, we'll ask the user to select a platform, right? And then once they select the platform, we'll validate the option that they input. Now, if the option that they input is valid, we'll say, we'll get the actual new platform name. So we'll say new platform underscore name equals to input, enter the name, enter the new name of the platform, and then we can say if new platform name is not equal to new is not equal to, wait, hold on, if new platform name if new platform name is not equal to input, confirm the new name of the platform, then we can simply just continue. But then we'll need to print out a validation message, print the platform name doesn't match, please try again, ... And then we can simply continue, right? And then right here we can say successfully edited the platform name. Cool. All right, so let's actually test this out, guys. Let's actually test this out. So we'll do Python 3 FlexPass.py. Let's cd into FlexPass because we'll check the creds.json to ensure everything actually works. So let's say we log in as the user John, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can simply do 11 to rename our platform. And let's say we select let's select TikTok. Right, so we type next 13 for TikTok, and we enter the new platform name. We can enter something invalid that doesn't match, so it asks us to try again. We can select 13, enter the new name of the platform. We can enter, let's change it to something like what should we change it to? Let's change it to something like Spotify. Alright, and it says too many values to unpack. Oh, I see. We forgot to enumerate. Yeah. So we need to enumerate our platforms. And now this should work. So can do that. Log in as the user John. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can type 11 to edit. We can type next 13 to select TikTok, and we can rename it to Spotify. Wait, made a typo again. This should be enumerate. Alright, let's log in as the user John. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can 11, next 13 TikTok, Spotify. Wait, let's see something. Did we actually pass in the new platform name? Yes, we did. All right, so press enter. Successfully edited the platform name. Cool, and it actually changed it. So this is the before, guys, and this is the after, right? All right, so if we type home now, type 11, home. Nice, it actually worked, guys. But let's actually cat out our creds.json again. So cat creds.json, and we can see we have Spotify there. Awesome. And before it was TikTok. So we can actually check this next task off the list. Alright, so this is ability to edit platform names. Now the next thing is the ability to edit the credential usernames. So let's actually do that. So credential usernames. So we can do, let's call it rename. Alright, let's call it edit credential, and that will be 12, logout will be 13. And then right here we can say vault option dot edit credential colon edit the name of a credential, edit the name of a platform. Let's just call it that. And then down here now within our define vault menu, we can say else if option is equal to vault option dot edit credential. Then we can do self.edit credentials, and we can create a function for doing that. Edit credential, edit platform. So it will be similar to this. So let's create define edit credential shells. It will inherit from the self. And let's look at our view credentials, or actually our delete credentials, to see, and we'll just copy some of this right here because it's gonna be similar. We're just gonna copy some of this, right? And then we can look for edit credentials. You can paste that in. All right, so let's see where we'll need to modify. So we don't need to modify there, but we'll need to modify here. Yes, this is where we'll need to modify. All right, so after we validate that, so we'll need to create a new function, guys, to edit the credential name, right? So define edit credential self, and then what that will do, we'll simply get the credential ID, let's look at how our remove credential works. It takes a platform name, and then after that it takes a credential ID, right? Right. So we need to get the platform name. Yeah, so we already have the platform name there. All right, so it's pretty similar. So what we could actually do, we could actually copy this, guys, right here within our manager. And we'll get the platform ID name and the credential ID, right? So let's go to where our ed credential function is. So our platform name, our credential ID, and then the new credential name. And we'll simply just paste that in, right? And we'll say credential username in enumerate platform, right? For I in our credential ID, we'll say platform new credential name equals to platform dot pop credential username, and then we'll simply write that data. So now inside of here we can simply call self.manager.edit credential. We can provide the platform name, the credential ID, and a new credential name, right? And then we don't need that credential username right there. This should be successfully edited the credential, and then we can say something like edited colon credential username. We can pass the credential ID. We can say right, if not edited, failed to edit the credential. So up here, guys, we can say new credential name equals to input, enter the new credential name. If new credential name is not equal to input, confirm the credential name. Then we can simply do continue, but then we'll print out a message, print the credential name doesn't match, ... please try again, ... and then we can continue right there. All right. All right, let's look at something else, guys. Wait, hold on. Yo, guys, we actually changed the wrong function, bro. We actually changed. Wait, what? Wait, let's see what just happened. Yeah, this is the delete credentials, right? Yeah, this is the wrong function. All right, let's look at our delete credentials. All right, I see. All right, so now it's supposed to be edit credentials, right? All right, because we were inside of the wrong function, so we'll have to do this again. So we'll say new credential name equals to input, enter the new credential name. If new credential name is not equal to the input, confirm the credential name. Then we simply do print. The credential name doesn't match ... Let's do an exclamation mark. We can say please try again ... Then we can continue, and then right here we can say edited. We can do self.manager.edit credential. You can say platform name, credential ID, new credential name, failed to edit the credential, failed to successfully edited the credential, edited credential, right, self.manager. Alright, we can say right here if not edited. Alright, let's rerun our code. Login as the user John 1234. Yeah, since we also modified our delete credential, let's say actually test it out to ensure that, guys, we didn't cause any problems. Let me just copy this creds.json into a backups.json file, and let's try to delete something. Let's say we try to delete 10. Alright, there's no credential there. Alright, let's try to delete Gmail 1. And it actually deleted everything. That thing, right? Alright, so now that we know that that's actually working, we can copy our backups.json back into our creds.json, and then we can test out our edit credential now. 1 2 3 4. All right, so option 12 is edit the name of a credential. All right, so we can select a platform, Gmail, select a credential. Let's see what credential we're supposed to select. Let's select william@gmail.com, so that's 8. And the new credential name, we can call it william256@gmail.com. william256@gmail.com. And it says successfully edited the credential, william@gmail.com. But then it will move it, guys, since it's a dictionary, so we have to look at the next page, right? And it actually worked. Awesome. Let's do creds.json, and we can see william256@gmail.com. Great. All right, so it actually worked. So guys, that's actually the last task, right? I think we actually implemented everything now. So let's check off our next task, right? All right. So guys, I think this will be it for today's video. I hope you all learned something new and valuable. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in a next video. Peace.